Hello, welcome to my channel. For today we're going to talk about the primary attributions of planets for Ferbedmet. Now his primary planets are Saturn and Mars. He's the point of 2 points colliding, Saturn and Mars, the judge and the executioner, the structure and the violence, the delay and finality, the two great malefics, two not opposed but converging. Ferbedmet is not born of Mars, he is born from Saturn, holding the blade of Saturn in a fixed hand, the spear of Saturn. Here's what happens when discipline authorizes destruction, not chaos, not rage, but lawful annihilation. Let's start with Saturn, the old king, the limiter, the lawgiver, cold, heavy, and silent. Saturn is what says no, what says not yet, and what happens when, and what says there will be consequence. Saturn is the old tick of, doesn't forget, it counts every act, every moment of hesitation, every silent rebellion you think no one saw, and it waits, because Saturn is always the one who awaits the fullness of time. In Hebrew, he is Shabdai, the one who rests, but not in comfort, but rest in a form of closure, of ending, and sealing the scroll, so doing even the Vedic system. Saturn is the unmasker principle, the closing of the eye. In Ferbedmet, Saturn in the spine, the straight line of law that never bends, the structure that determines whenever the blade falls, the divine command that must be obeyed, and if not, he moves into Mars. Mars, the blade, the red hand, and the executor. Mars does not calculate, he acts. Mars is not patient, Mars is not thoughtful. Mars is force in the purest form, but Mars on its own is scattered. It rages, it burns, and it often misfires. It becomes Kochav. That's not Ferbedmet. Ferbedmet is not Mars in its raw form. It's not Kochav. Ferbedmet, as we established in the introductory video, is the flash. It is the strike, the execution. So he's the Hogma. Ferbedmet is Mars crucified on Saturn. Mars disciplined, commanded, and delayed until precise impact. He's the blade that has been waiting for too long. And that's what makes him terrifying. Mars burns fast, but Ferbedmet does not. Ferbedmet burns slow. He's the anger that waited 5 years. He's the decree that sat in silence through mercy, through leniency, through warning, until it has no longer option to remain still. He's what the prophets saw and say, the day of Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh is near, cruel, with wrath and fierce anger, to make the land desolate. This is from Isaiah 13:9. He is not quick anger, he store wrath, holy patient, turning to execution. Psychology, this is what makes him unlivable for most people. Because Mars wants to release, it wants to scream, it wants to move. But Saturn says, wait, not yet, until it is deserved. And that tension breaks most people. But Ferbedmet embodies that action. He thrives on it. He becomes sharper through every moment of delay, every time that the guilty laugh without punishment. The blade becomes finer. Every false prophet that goes unchallenged is another layer to the angle of the cat. He's not simply revenge. He's revenge that moves only when truth has finished speaking. And when he strikes, the damage is not emotional. It's geometric. It's precise. It is Saturn's law with Mars' hand. Ritually, this means if you cannot ferment, you must prepare both planets within yourself. You must wear Saturn. Be fasted, be disciplineful, restrict your speech, work in silence, make your timing holy. And when you will Mars, strike when commanded, burn clean, move with force, but never without order. Never allow wrath to leave your body unless the law has spoken. So, what is Ferbedmet? He is the Saturnian executioner, the final structure of wrath. He's not the explosion, he's collapse. He's not a wildfire, but the controlled demolition of what has never been truly aligned. Does not carry spear, he is a spear. Drawn from Saturn's sheath, driven by Martian force, and sharpened by every punch scene, waiting in the archives of heaven.